Now, I know this will not be a popular opinion, but we cannot risk losing the war for one Fae, even if he is one of the Queen's mates. Ice crept through Moore's veins as she listened to Amelia speak. I'm sorry. I must have heard you wrong. I'm sure I did not hear you say we should sacrifice Atreyu. Come now, dear. We all knew there was a good chance not everyone in this room would make it out of this war alive. Her tone was condescending. The temperature in the room dropped. Moore stood slowly, leaning forward onto the table. Let me make one thing perfectly clear before we continue this meeting. Giving up on my mate is not an option. I understand there will be losses, but while I am queen, we do not give up on anyone, whether they be a lowly foot soldier or my mate. Is that clear? If you cannot handle that, please leave now. She pointed to the door. When no one moved, she made eye contact with each person in the room. Their breaths were visible in the room's chill. Moore could see everyone shiver, but no one made an attempt to leave. When she was satisfied everyone understood, she sat down again. Now, when will Adair return? We need the information he should have. Isabella stood. He should return within 2 days, Your Majesty. Her voice was tight, probably from fear for Atreyu and the cold. When Ben's hand gripped her arm, Moore turned toward him. Yes, Ben? Leaning in, he whispered, Could you possibly pull your magic in? Why? It's fucking cold in here. Ben grimaced. I think everyone could think a little more clearly if they aren't worried about frostbite. When Moore didn't answer right away, Max leaned in and gripped her other arm. Please, sweetie, I'd rather not lose a fingertip. Or the tip of anything else, Sebastian grunted with a wink. Snorting, Moore nodded. Very well. I apologize for almost freezing your tips. She smirked and then closed her eyes for a moment. She focused inward, trying to pull the magic. Fuck. Out was easy. In was hard. Damn. Squeezing her eyes shut, Moore forced the magic back in. When she finally opened her eyes, Moore was breathing hard. Better? Yes, thank you, Rose. Arthur lifted her hand and kissed it. Now, can we all focus sufficiently? When everyone nodded, Moore continued. So, Adair will be here within 2 days. In the meantime, make sure we are ready at a moment's notice. Arthur, Ben, how long will it take to integrate the dragons with the Fae? Ben looked at Arthur for a moment. I'd think a week or 2. 2 weeks sounds about right, brother. Arthur nodded. Assuming most of our peoples don't have a stick up their ass, we shouldn't have too much trouble. Get it done in 1. I want an extraction team formed so that when we have the needed information, we can get Atreyu out. She looked around the table again. Spread the word to be on the lookout for any strange deliveries. No one is to touch pendants, boxes, and so on. Send for Morgana if one is found. We don't know how the next message will be delivered. A sudden wave of fatigue hit Moore, and she swayed slightly in her seat. Arthur looked over at her, concern on his face. He stood. We will adjourn for the evening. We will gather here directly after breakfast to discuss the best way to integrate our forces. If you are not necessary for that meeting, don't bother coming. He held a hand out to Moore. My queen? She took his hand, standing stiffly, trying to focus on not swaying. Fatigue had hit her so hard she wasn't totally sure how she was able to stand. Get some rest. We have a lot to do. Hooking her arm with Arthur's, she let him lead her out. Let's get you to bed, Max said as the door shut behind them. I'm so tired. She rubbed her eyes and followed them up the stairs. Besides stress, I think you put out a lot of magic tonight. Ben rubbed the small of her back as they entered their suite. I haven't seen you use magic freely like that.